Greetings and salutations, Peter J. Cruz here. Today I've got an unboxing for you. So I wanted to go ahead and show you this little unit I just picked up. This is by Xotic Effects from California. It's the EP Booster. It's basically a boost pedal that's based on the preamp circuits of the Echoplex, an old echo device that was available from the early 60s on, and originally came out with a tube preamp fronting the tape delay mechanism. And this early Echoplex actually used a tape machine, so you actually had magnetic tape running in a loop, and you had the multiple heads. So you had like a record head, which would record your playing, and then you have a play head, which would then play back what was recorded on the record head. And depending on what your settings were for your tape delay and that sort of thing, the heads would actually move to adjust the timing and so forth. But the Echoplex became kind of a, and I believe those were first released in like 61, 62, something to that effect. But you saw a lot of guitar players, especially like in the 70s, Eddie Van Halen being one of them, who actually used an Echoplex, not so much for the tape delay aspect of it, but actually they used it for the preamp that was built in with it as part of the whole delay mechanism or whatever. They found that it colored the sound and kind of gave it a little je ne sais quoi to the guitar tone that they really enjoyed. So they would just stick it in their not the effects loop, they would stick it in their signal chain just for the simple fact that they would have that coloration to it. So what Xotic Effects have done is they've essentially taken that preamp circuit and boiled it down into a really compact pedal, which is what we have here. This is the type of thing you can use. You could leave it turned on in your signal chain, or just turn it on for like solos and whatnot. I've messed around with it a little bit, not this particular one, but previously in other in stores and whatever. As this is my first unboxing, I haven't opened it yet. So it kind of gives you this real percussiveness, this real three-dimensional kind of stuff that just, when you dig into a note, it just has this extra dimension to it that you don't get otherwise from the amp. And I'll do a play test, not in this video, but here very shortly, where you'll actually be able to hopefully tell that by listening to it. So anyway, so here we got the unboxing for the EP Booster by Xotic Effects. Some wrapping paper, and we have the pedal, and it's one of those really small form factor. It's all like, gosh, it's definitely heavy metal, for sure. True bypass, can do a 9-volt battery. It's also got a little input here for the back if you got a pedal board, or you got an AC adapter or whatever. So you have your input jack, your output jack, your foot switch, and then your adjustment knob, which adjusts your boosts. And it actually glows blue, like a solid blue, when you engage the pedal, and then when you turn it off, of course, it goes out. And you can adjust the amount of boost that you get from here, on the knob. And it's a really small form factor, so it should be able to fit on your pedal boards without without much of an issue. Personally, for me, the way I plan to use it is if I'm running it into an amp. Let's say I'm running a tube, like a tube screamer type or a green screamer type of boost pedal on the front end of an amp. Then let's say I'm using it to give me that extra tightness and the distortion. I probably would leave that pedal like pretty much on, just for the sound of it, just for that extra gain, coloration and whatnot. But if I'm going to go kick in for a solo, I probably would use something like this. I probably would have to experiment to really see where I'd really like it, personally. Whether I would put it before the tube screamer, probably after, because if you're put this into the front of it. You might change the coloration of the 808 chip, or the tube screamer circuit or whatever. So I probably would put it after, because the effect that you get from this is kind of more like a three-dimensional kind of something. The way the sound just comes out and grabs you. It's a real percussiveness that it adds, and the notes really kind of jump out of the speaker at you, rather than just, it's just not sound coming out anymore. Now it's like you can almost feel it. They're just really percussive. They're real thick. They're very nice. I mean, it's not like so much a gain as it is more of like a push, I guess. I mean, you'll have to listen to it. Anyway, so continuing on with the unboxing. More paper, and then you got your little instruction card that comes with it. I can never get these things. Good Lord. Okay. So you got the little card. Basically just goes over the different aspects of the pedal. So you've got your DC input on the back. Got your on and off LED. Oops. On and off LED here in the front. Underneath the boost adjustment switch, or knob, excuse me. You have your input. Input's here. Output is on this side. Of course, your foot switch portion. And you also have another explanation on the card here that goes over some dip switch settings that you have on the inside of the chassis. So you have, remove the top cover, just 4 screws on the back, Phillips screws. And then there's a couple of dip switches in there you can adjust. It's already set to default. You can also set it to a unity gain, which gives you a little bit more. It'll give you a unity gain, so it'll actually turn. You'll decrease some of your gain, and then the vintage setting also decreases your available gain by 3 dB. And they also have a bright switch, also on one of the dip switches. So if you find you're a little too bright, you can kind of tone it down a little bit. Give you more of that vintage vibe, more of that real percussive plexi type of sound. Although plexis tend to be kind of bright, but if you got like a nice beat up cabinet and some old beat up Celestions or whatever, they kind of have like this warmish kind of sound to them. So anyway, so yeah, so EP Booster by Xotic Effects. I've been wanting to get one of these for a while. Kind of got the gas for it. I saw a video done by Neil Zaza. God, it's been years since I've seen the video, and I'm always like, oh, this is really looks really badass. And if you watch his play video on it, kind of give you an idea of what kind of an effect it actually does, to what it actually does to the sound. And then I actually played one in the store at one point. It wasn't this particular Guitar Center; it was somewhere else, and sounded really cool. They had it already set up on a pedal board, and it's all good. So, but got a chance recently to go ahead and buy a local store had it, so I went and picked one up. So, gonna add it to my little arsenal here. And again, I'll probably go ahead and do a play test. I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing it with, I don't know if I'll do it with the Laney or if I'll do it with the Orange. We'll figure it out. So anyway, thanks again, guys, for coming out and checking out the stuff. Hit like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And stay tuned for more videos and more live streams. So rock on, guys. Thanks so much. Catch you later.